Hi guys. Alright, so today, or I guess for this video, we're looking at part 1, chapter 6 and 7. So let's have our questions out. Sorry, my iPad screen's kind of bright. And our book out, and let's get ready to rock and roll. Alright, so we'll just jump into it. So chapter 6, what are the differences between the party woman and the parole woman? So there's a couple differences. The main thing is in their appearance and how they're able to dress and look. The parole women are able to wear makeup, and they're able to wear what Winston calls scent. We know that as perfume. Winston really likes this. He finds it attractive, not because he enjoys the smell or he enjoys how they look, but more so because wearing makeup and wearing perfume is equivalent to being rebellious to the party, and that's what's really attractive to him. Alright, number 2. Explain why the party does not allow people who are physically attracted to each other to marry. So the party really only wants people to get married and to be with someone else in order just to procreate and create children. They don't want any emotion, they don't want any actual attraction, whether it's physical or emotional attraction to a person, because it creates a different loyalty for that person. They want people to just be only loyal to Big Brother, only loyal to the party. So if they're in a relationship with someone and they actually like that person, they're going to be more likely to be loyal to that person instead of the party. The party also wants to control every aspect of their lives, and that's why they want to make sex a very not pleasurable act, because that's an instinct that a lot of people have that's hard for someone else to control for you. So if they're able to control that instinct, they're able to control every aspect of that person's life, and that's kind of their goal here. That's why Winston says that desire is purely a thought crime, and it's a pure act of rebellion if you can really pursue it. Number 3, describe Winston's relationship to his wife. So Winston is married, but they have a terrible relationship. They're actually not really together anymore. They can't get a divorce in that society, so they are what's called separated. And the reason that they're separated is because they weren't able to have a child together, and that was like the number 1 goal for Winston's wife. She said it was their duty to the party to procreate and have a child. So once they couldn't do that, they just kind of stopped talking, and they haven't seen each other, I think, in like 11 years. But he thought that she was incredibly stupid. She was so loyal to the party, and it was just not his cup of tea. Winston didn't feel anything for her. She didn't really have any attraction to him as well, so they're pretty much not a good couple. Some additional notes. I do apologize. This was a bit of an awkward chapter for you to read, especially with Winston's journal. One thing I do want to point out that he wrote in his journal was his experience with the prostitute. Once he realized that she had no teeth, she was 50 years old, she was quite unattractive, he still went through with the act because he was looking to do anything possible to rebel against the party, and that was one way he could do it. Alright, chapter 7, the last one for today. How does the party view and treat the paroles? They view the paroles as animals, and Winston even uses that simile in his writing or in the narration. The party doesn't really care for them as long as they work and as long as they breed, because they just want to maintain a population. And that's one of the reasons why that they don't really enforce the rules of the paroles. The paroles have rules, but they break them all the time, and the party doesn't really care. The party has realized that the paroles are too stupid to really uprise and do anything against them, so they would rather not waste their effort in enforcing the rules for the paroles. So that's why they're kind of able to run free, because they don't actually cause any true trouble for the party. Number 2, explain Winston's feelings about being arrested by the thought police. This one could have been a little tricky to find, but you take a look at the bottom of page 65. Let me find it. Right there, where I've got thought police circled. Essentially saying that no one who is ever arrested by the thought police escapes in the end. He quotes, "They are corpses waiting to be sent to the grave, so you might as well be dead once you're arrested." Number 3, what do you believe would have happened if Winston had shared the evidence exonerating or freeing Jones, Aaronson, and Rutherford instead of destroying it? He most likely, I think you guys all got this, he most likely would have been arrested and potentially vaporized. Essentially, anything you do against the party or anything that contradicts what they're saying would likely result in you becoming vaporized and arrested. Number 4 and 5 kind of go hand in hand together, so let's look at number 4. What is the party's essential command? This is on page 69 at the very end of the chapter. But I quote, "The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and the evidence of your ears, and it was their final, most essential command." Essentially, the party is saying, whatever we say as the party is the truth. no matter what you think, what you hear, what you see, or what you believe in, our word is the final word here. So consider, what is so dangerous about this? It's kind of like equivalent to me saying, oh, the sky is blue because I can see it with my own eyes. It's a fact. But then the party comes in and says, no, Mrs. Mendocino, the sky is not blue. In fact, the sky is tie-dye, or the sky is green, or the sky is black, whatever it is that you want to say. Sometimes the sky is black when it's nighttime. But they can essentially tell me that even if I speak my truth, it doesn't matter because their truth is superior to that, and their truth is the real truth. So it's their way to control, manipulate people. And the last one goes along with that. What does Winston mean when he says, freedom is the freedom to say that 2 + 2 makes 4. If that is granted, all else follows. Think about, why is it freedom to state a fact? So freedom to Winston means being able to speak the truth. It's freedom because you are not forced to believe what someone else is telling you to think or to say, and you can kind of say what you truly believe in and what you see as fact, instead of someone else telling you what to think. Some additional notes on page 60, we're going to see this phrase come up a couple more times, but Winston writes in his diary, if there is hope, it lies in the paroles. Think about what he means by that. Think about what hope he's talking about here. The paroles make up 85% of the entire population, so they're a majority of the people that live in that society. And he's saying if there's any hope for rebellion, for overthrowing the party, for overthrowing Big Brother, it is the paroles that are going to have to carry it out because they have the numbers to overthrow the party, and Winston doesn't really believe that it could happen inside. But he's not very hopeful here. He says later on, until they become conscious, they will never rebel. So until they actually recognize the terrible society that they live in, they're never going to rebel or riot or overthrow the party. And then he goes on to say, and until after they have rebelled, they cannot be conscious. They're never going to become aware of that until after rebellion happens. So it's kind of like the chicken or the egg. Which one can happen first? Because they both need the other to work. And I think that is it for this chapter. So your homework is to read part 1, chapter 8, and we're going to be finishing up part 1 with that, and we'll talk about that in class on Friday. So have a great day, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.